Hey guys, I'm just doing one of my kind of reviews where I really wasn't planning on reviewing the movie in the first place, but I decided I would kind of give it a little bit of a review. So today's movie is I guess it's a Canadian film, a Canadian horror film, psychological horror zombie film from 2008, and that movie is Pontypool. Now, besides the title being very, very unique, the movie itself is very, very unique as well. This movie is about basically a radio DJ who is going into work one day on he's going into work on Valentine's Day, and strange things start happening outside the studio. The one of the first kind of big thing that happens is a doctor's office gets attacked by like a group of about 100, anywhere from like 100 to maybe even a couple hundred people attack this doctor's office for really no apparent reason, and people are getting trampled and dying left and right, and the radio DJ and everybody else in the studio, they're all inside. They can't leave the place because the at least the radio DJ can't, and the other workers don't want to kind of leave the DJ hanging, I guess. So so they need to stay inside. And they have a reporter out there, and he's claiming that people are being like ripped apart and eaten, and that people are walking by talking about like claiming that Hitler has come back, or there's German U-boats, watch out for the U-boats and stuff like that. And really, the whole movie just amounts to it's not a your well, I mean, while this sounds like a little bit of a weird premise for a zombie movie, I really wouldn't call this a zombie movie. I'm not trying to sound like the pretentious asshole that made um, 28 Days Later, and he was like, no, this is not a zombie movie, because 28 Days Later is most definitely a zombie movie. This one, I could call it a zombie movie because the behavior of people that are afflicted by this kind of like virus, although it isn't really much of a virus, it's more of a thing involving kind of like someone's mental stability, really. It's more or less the crazies, how people are just kind of going insane, not really becoming zombies. But basically, this is probably the most original zombie movie I've ever seen, and it's probably one of the most least violent zombie movies I've ever seen. I mean, the entire film really is set in this studio, and that's really all you see. You don't really see much of the outside. The only other time you see a different set is when DJ is on going to work in his car, and it kind of adds a cool element to the movie. Like these people are kind of isolated in the middle of nowhere, and there's crazy stuff going on, but they can't go outside to investigate. They don't know, whether or not what's going on is a hoax or if it's really happening. And that's one of the main kind of things in the film. It's a really kind of thought-provoking film in the sense that, you know, what would you be doing if something, where would you be? What would you be thinking, or if you heard about something like this? You didn't see it happen, you heard about it. And all these reports seemed pretty serious. Would you believe it? Would you not? Um, Really, Pontypool is a freaking amazing film. It didn't blow my mind to the point where it's a 5 out of 5 kind of movie, because it definitely does get a little bit confusing, like the how they try to explain like how the virus or how this like infection spreads and how it works. It kind of is a bit ridiculous. Um, but I could see what they're trying to go for. Uh, let's see, the acting in the film. The acting in the film is absolutely top notch. It's probably some of the best acting I've ever seen in a mainstream modern horror film. Um, well, actually, this one wasn't really that mainstream though. But I kind of just it's probably some of the best acting I've seen in a somewhat independent horror film. The writing in this film, much like the acting, is very very, very, very good. Well done. Like I said, it's nothing too. It's not like the greatest writing I've ever seen, but it is definitely really, really good for an independent film. Uh, well, actually, I don't know if this film's independent or not, so I'm just assuming this. But I know I do know that this film. I could tell that this film had a kind of a lower budget because of not because it didn't have like a lot of zombie violence, because really it isn't that violent of a movie. But what there is of violence and like special effects and makeup effects, those are done in a really good way. Um, I wouldn't say they're the best effects ever, but what they did with some of the effects is pretty good. Um, let's see, camera work, lighting, music, all that's all good. Uh, the film is I would probably say the film is definitely pretty creepy. I'd probably even say it's kind of scary almost. Considering I have somewhat of a fear of uh, well, not just the zombie apocalypse, but really any apocalypse. If I were to survive it, I'd be afraid of just having to survive, having to live. Even though it's like probably one of my biggest dreams to live in the zombie apocalypse, because I feel like I'd be a total badass. Knowing that I really wouldn't, I'd be kind of cowering and crying somewhere with a supply of food, scared that whether or not I was gonna wake up with my intestines missing. Um, but the But really, the whole film doesn't rely on jump scares. It relies on actual tension, and it works. The tension in the film works. They get calls from people. These people are very distressed. You hear all this stuff going on behind them. And you can actually kind of feel the fear in these people's voices. Um, the film is somewhat of a slow burn horror film, similar to uh, Kill List, Audition, The Conspiracy, all films which I think are phenomenal. But they're slow burn films, slow burn horror, which basically means it doesn't really reach its like ultimate level of kind of creepiness or scariness or whatever until like the last 20 or 30 minutes. Now if it's like a 2 hour long film, within the first hour it should start to get creepy, similar to Audition. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't do that until like the last 40 minutes. Um, but it's a little bit of a slow movie. It's only an hour and a half long, so it isn't super long. It's not boring either. I mean, the ranting of the DJ of the well, the he's not really a DJ. He's a talk radio guy, the talk radio host. His rantings are very funny. They keep you entertained. It's not a boring movie. It's a very, very well done movie. And on the gore meter from 1 to 10, 1 being something like The Corpse Grinders, and 10 being something like Brain Dead, this one's probably a 3, maybe. Yeah, this one's like a 3. Um, the only real blood or gore in the film is some vomiting blood around the hour mark, and that's really all I remember. Really, Pontypool is a really cool film. If you are, a zombie fan that isn't one of those stupid fucking modern teenager zombie fans, you will probably love it. If you're an old school zombie fan, if you like movies with atmosphere and movies that are actually scary, you'll probably like it. 4.5 out of 5 stars, guys. Now, before I do my thing and sign off, I thought I'd be a little bit of a shameless advertiser for a second and advertise a horror t-shirt website that I think is awesome. Let me get all my shirts that I got in the mail today out and I'll show them off. Um, alright, well, they don't just sell horror shirts, they sell, like horror exploitation films, science fiction films, even some stuff for like real life murderers, occult stuff, satanic stuff. And yeah, so we're gonna start with one of my favorite shirts I got. Lucio Fulci's Cat in the Brain. again, I hate to sound like somewhat of a consumerist kind of sellout whore or whatever, but I mean, this website is really awesome. You get 7 shirts for, actually, no, you get 6 shirts for like $75. That includes shipping. And these shirts are like premium, well made shirts that are, like they aren't pre-printed or anything. Like they actually print the design on the t-shirt for you. They do it themselves. They're really sweet, and yeah, that's my From Beyond one. Uh, they're really cool. They get the t-shirts to you in a decent frame of time. I mean, these 6 t-shirts I have right here, I ordered Saturday, and it's Wednesday, and I got them. And they say it usually can take up to like 3 to 4 weeks. Battle Royale. I think there's one more shirt. I didn't get this from Rotten Cotton. I actually got it in the mail. Well, one more shirt besides this one. Sorry if the video's a bit lag. Sorry about the lagging video. Really, really want to apologize for that. Shit, it's almost 4:20. Damn it. My laptop is a piece of shit. We got my I Drink Your Blood shirt. And this last one I didn't get off. Well, these last about 2, I didn't get off the that website. This one I got mailed to me from Hot Topic because I wanted to get a Misfit shirt. And here's one I got from T-ville, and it's a website slash kind of Facebook page. They make T-shirts, and they're like $11, and that's with free shipping. And they're only available for one day, and this one is pretty sweet. If you can't really see, it's a skull made out of all kinds of horror icons. Like even the zombie from Lucio Fulci's Zombie is on the shirt, which I think is really cool. But anyway, guys, that's it. I'm done being a consumerist sellout whore. So anyway, guys, if you are interested in their website, I will put the link in the description below. I'd say definitely check them out. They got a sweet, sweet selection of t-shirts. Anyway, guys, I'm BiscuitBoo69. All the links to everything are in the description below. Signing off. Peace.